there it is. He's over at the bow. So you kind of get an idea how the ship lays. Bow's out this way, stern's just ahead of us. We're anchored on the left side or the port side of the stern. So as you go down our anchor line, land on the wreck, we're right along the edge, right about 10 feet from the stern of the wreck. So if you get to the stern and you're on the wrong side, just swim around the corner to find our anchor line. Gavan says the visibility's really low. It's a lot of like white particles, small particles in the water, almost foggy down there. And so he's saying like 10 or 15 feet of visibility. So the nice thing is that this wreck's intact and really easy to navigate. And like I said, we're on the stern rail on the edge of the wreck. Gavan's taken the wreck rail and he's run it down the left side or the port side of the wreck up to about where the cabin structure is, and then over to the other side. So it's kind of an L shape, down one side and from one side to the other. So if you're swimming around the wreck, you should have no trouble finding our little orange line and leading you back over to our anchor line. The other boat's anchored up near the bow, and take a note of what our anchor looks like, because his looks different. It doesn't have the little orange string. So if you find yourself back at the other anchor line, it's probably the wrong one. So take note of what ours looks like as you pass by it, kind of take a little middle image of it. So if at all possible, you can find your way back over to our anchor line and knock him off his anchor line. He's going to be leaving before we're ready to leave, so he might be trying to get his anchor out while you're trying to come up it. So if at all possible, try to get yourself back over to our anchor line so you can make a nice, safe, and slow ascent. This wreck's 330 feet long, so it's a football field with end zones. I mean, it's that big. It's about 50 feet wide. Over on this side, the west side of the wreck, all of the aft cabins were taken off during a hurricane and sat in the sand right beside the wreck. I mean, they're touching the hull. And if you were to drop over the side there, there's also a sailboat that was sunk earlier in the week, I think like Monday, right close to the cabin. If you continue swimming down real close to the hull, right where the cabin starts, there's another sailboat, which is right up against the side of the ship. And that's been there for about a year, maybe 2 years. And it's about a 50-foot sailboat. Both of those sailboats are 50 to 60 feet long. And they're in addition to, obviously, the wreck there. So that's how the wreck's laid out on the bottom. The ship's got several large holes cut in the side. And then there's 4 holes that are about 5 feet by 10 feet. Very close to those holes, you'll get some surge that'll blow in and out of the wreck. That surge will scour out the sand right next to the wreck. It makes a really good spot for looking for seashells. As the sand washes away and all the seashells kind of fall down into the center of the hole, there's 4 of those down either side of the wreck. I will caution you about one thing about that. You go down there and that hole goes out 50 feet from the wreck. You may get out 50 feet from the wreck looking in the sand and just can't figure out which way the shipwreck was. So if you do go out and play in the sand, just stay within the side of the wreck. Today that's not very far. So don't get too far off the wreck or you may find yourself out here somewhere. So please stay on the wreck if at all possible. If you come up away from the boat, as always, stay on the surface, come back to us on the surface. Alrighty? Alright?